What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back for another video. Today we're going to be looking at some NHL trade rumors from Specters Hockey for June 16th, 2019. This is when the rumors start to get really juicy and trades start to happen. So if you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe because I post daily about NHL trade rumors, about the upcoming draft, and I will be live for the NHL draft on Friday. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to try to do both days, but probably just round one and, some talk before and afterwards. So this is going to be a lot of fun on this channel. Make sure to subscribe right now. I'd really appreciate it. But let's get into the rumors for June 16th, 2019. Also, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. But the first thing here is from the New York Post. Larry Brooks reports the New York Rangers and the Islanders are among a bunch of other teams that are in on Jacob Trouba. Now, we know that Trouba's been in the rumors for quite some time and that Winnipeg is in a bit of cap trouble right now, so it looks like the move could happen sooner than later. So he cites sources claiming the Jets haven't given Trouba's agent permission to talk to any other clubs, and he's obviously a restricted free agent with arbitration rights this summer and a year away from unrestricted free agent ability. So compared to the Islanders and Devils, Brooks feels the Rangers could lack the expendable depth in prospects and young talent the Jets could command for Trouba, because I think a lot of people are forgetting, like, this is a big right-handed shot defenseman who I believe is, 25 years old, who is going to fetch a lot in money, like salary-wise, but he can put up points. He's a big body. He's not the best defensively, but at the same time, big right-handed shot that can put up points is what a lot of teams are looking for in the league. So, facing a potential salary cap crunch this summer, the Jets are believed to be seeking a first-rounder and a pair of legitimate prospects or young NHLers in return. Brooks also believes the cost of re-signing Trouba could be a 7-year deal worth up to $7.5 million annually. So that's a big contract for a good young player, but a big contract. Now, Elliot Friedman also believes the Pittsburgh Penguins are interested in Trouba, but it's hard to see a match. Obviously, we just seen that trade that cleared up a little more cap space for them, but they would have to move another pretty big contract to be able to fit him in their cap hit. He wonders if shipping Trouba to the Philadelphia Flyers for Shane Gothisberg could make any sense. Again, he's not saying it's been reported. He's saying that he wonders if that could make sense, but Gothisberg is a left-handed shot. So I think the Winnipeg Jets are trying to get back a piece that maybe could replace him on the right-handed shot, right-handed side. He also noted Trouba has a home in Florida, but isn't sure the Panthers would pay the price. So the Specters note here says that there is expectation that he could be traded by the end of the draft next weekend. So it could happen pretty soon. Now, it says here, with a 50-point performance, he's 25, like I said, the Jets are probably going to get a pretty big return, and he's saying he's not surprised that the Rangers, Islanders, Devils, Flyers, Panthers are linked to Trouba. Also, the Sabres and Red Wings apparently are also interested. So basically, half the league, and of course, the destination has to be American, because in 2016 that's where Trouba's agent and I guess Trouba himself, because that's where it's coming from, said that he'd likely want to go to an American club. So with all that information there, the things we have to get out of the way here is that Trouba's going to get a lot of money. $7.5 million is probably where that number is. It could be a little higher, could be a little lower, depending on where he goes. Maybe he feels better someplace else and he could take a little less money. I don't know. But he's a restricted free agent, so he's not going to the open market. But as soon as his agent can talk to other teams, which we don't know if the Jets are going to give that option to him, because it's been a bit of a back and forth with them. They've gone to arbitration. There hasn't really been a lot of great communication between Trouba and the Jets. This is going to be probably one of the biggest narratives going through this week, going into the draft. This is a big story. Trouba's a big 50-point, 25-year-old defenseman. This is going to be a massive trade, and the Jets are going to need to get some pretty good replacements, because besides this trade, they have to deal with Myers. The Ehlers contract could get traded. We don't know. Laine's deal needs to get done. Connor's deal needs to get done. They have a lot of question marks, so we'll have to see what happens with the Jets. But moving on to the Boston Bruins, they have a little bit of rumors here. And again, I'm not sure if I really believe this one, but we'll have to see. So Bruins Hockey Now reports Jimmy Murphy is saying that a source saying that there's mutual interest between the Bruins and Philadelphia Flyers forward Kevin Hayes. Now, we know Hayes is a part of the Flyers after being traded from the Jets to the Flyers for his signing rights. And there was some talk that the Flyers were making some progress, but we don't know if that's actually going to happen. The Flyers hold his exclusive negotiating rights until the UFA interview period opens on July 23rd, so that's coming up. Teams can start talking to free agents. But however, a source close to Hayes claims it's unlikely that he'll sign with the Flyers. So I'm not sure, but the same source apparently said the Bruins were close to acquiring him before the Rangers shipped him to Winnipeg at the trade deadline. Murphy feels pursuing Hayes would make sense if the Bruins decide to trade center David Krejci. So if you trade Krejci, sure, that gives you some money to make this work. But there's also some people saying that this could just be put out there just to get people to maybe pay a little bit of a higher price, or maybe the Flyers to, make a quick decision here. But Elliot Friedman saying that he doesn't know if the Flyers are willing to pay between $6.5 million to $7 million annually to sign Kevin Hayes, which to me seems a little bit too much. But 6.5 maybe, sure. But when you start getting up to like 7 million, 7+ million, that's going to be tough. So the Spectre's note here says Krejci has a full no-move clause until July 1st, when it reverts to a modified no-trade clause where he provides a list of half the teams in the league that he would accept a trade to. So it opens up the doors for Boston to at least have more teams to work with. So if this trade happens, it might... it's going to be tough for the Bruins to make that trade and then, quickly have conversations with Hayes, because they don't want to have all these conversations and have a deal in place and then they can't trade Krejci. So this is going to be something that I don't think will happen, but if it does happen, then the Bruins are going to have to act quick. I don't know how quickly they can move to make that work, but I would imagine they're going to wait until July 1st so they have more options. And also, with all due respect to Krejci, I think that they would like to move him and replace him with Hayes, because I think that the fit would be just as good, if not better. Now, just some thoughts from 31 Thoughts here, obviously Elliot Friedman's podcast. So Elliot Friedman reports that the Leafs are asking the asking price for Nikita Zaitsev is another blue liner or a return that will help them land one. Now, I don't think that's going to be a huge return, but it could be a guy that can still fit in their 6 defenseman slots. He also believes that there's plenty of options if they decide to move center Nazem Kadri, though the Winnipeg Jets are on his no-trade list. So if Kadri was to go, people are saying Kadri for Trouba. Friedman's basically kind of shooting that down a little bit. But I don't believe they're going to trade Kadri. I really don't. And it's also noted here, which is no surprise, I've said it in my other videos, that the contract that Zaitsev has, the $4.5 million annually until the 2023-24 season, could be tough for them to move, but a lot of teams seem to value Zaitsev. There are a lot of teams kicking tires on him, so we'll have to see if something happens there. But I would think that the Zaitsev deal gets done and Kadri doesn't get moved. Even with the stuff that happened in the playoffs and years prior, I don't think that Kadri's going to get moved. But that Zaitsev deal could happen within the next couple weeks, because they might pay his bonus on July 1st and then ship him off. So we'll have to see. All right, so the Buffalo Sabres have apparently talked to the New York Rangers regarding Jimmy Vesey. Now, the second I seen this headline, I thought, okay, the Sabres acquired his rights and then he didn't sign there before he went to the Rangers, so that kind of doesn't make sense. And that's also what's said here in the Spectre's note. The Sabres acquired Vesey's rights from the Predators in hopes of signing him, but he went to the Rangers. He has 1 year left on his contract that's worth $2.275 million. So that's just a quick note there, nothing too crazy. We'll have to see, but I don't think he'll want to be traded there. I know he doesn't really have the option, but I don't think it makes a ton of sense if the Sabres get a player that doesn't really want to go there. So we'll have to see. That's just some little stuff. I've got some more just quick notes here. The Flames have apparently been testing the market for James Neal to see if they can move him. He believes that they kicked around the notion of swapping Neal for Lucic, but decided against it. I would not do that. I don't even want to read the Spectre's note, because I'm sure he agrees the same ways as I do, but James Neal has a higher upside than Milan Lucic. He could rebound. I think Calgary could trade him, but if they have to hold on to him, there's a chance he rebounds and everything will be fine. So I definitely would not do that trade. Also, apparently Florida's looking at their goaltending situation. Is Reimer going to get bought out? Is he going to get traded? Is Luongo going to be gone? Is he going to be bought out? I don't think bought out, but is he going to be traded? Apparently they're going to make a decision, and it's expected to happen before the NHL draft. Also, Friedman wondered he said he wouldn't be surprised if the Minnesota Wild went after Anders Lee or Joe Pavelski via free agency. And the Spectre's note here says, I'll be more surprised if those two are available in the UFA market. If the Sharks re-sign Karlsson to a rumored 8-year, $88 million deal, that could make it difficult to re-sign Pavelski. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, but I don't think, I would agree, I don't think Lee is going anywhere. I think the Islanders are going to get that done. Pavelski, yeah, it depends on the Karlsson deal, but I think that they would want to keep him. He's been a lifetime Shark. I don't think that they want to move him. So I'm going to have to wrap this up because the camera keeps wanting to die on me. But like I said, Pavelski's probably going to stay with the Sharks. Lee's probably going to stay with the Islanders. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new, make sure to subscribe. I'd love to have more hockey conversations with you. Join the squad. Let's get to 6,000 subscribers. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Peace.